Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all staying safe. And most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Just set up our camera nice and properly. We're finishing off the army and I got Santa Claus with me here. He's lost his glasses. There we go, Santa. Alrighty, so we're going to get wash down on these. Get these characters finished. If you're coming and hobbying and hanging out with us on Christmas, I wish you a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Dropping a wash down on these before we start getting those Warhawks done. I've got a Warhammer Fantasy tournament in 2 days, and I've got the last couple of models to finish the army and the last couple of details across the army to do. So, all hands on deck now. Should quite easily get everything I need done. So that's the characters got their wash. Oops. Now, I had a piece of paper towel somewhere. My own stuff disappeared. Be back in a sec. That's better. Now we're going to paint my walker credits, at least get them started. Cassandra yellow to start with. But that glaze doesn't exist. That's yellow wash, so. Okay. Yellow contrast to start with, and we'll get started on these cool Walker Riders. So. Jay Dorothy, hello and Merry Christmas to you, mate. We're Just starting to get our Warhawk Riders done for our army. So it's on the 27th. We've got an event on the public holiday in Australia on the 27th, and it's Warhammer Fantasy event. And we're almost finished the army. About a job for like 3 days' work. Heading up a 2K Warhammer Fantasy army. Cheers, man. It should be a ton of fun. I played one game of Warhammer Fantasy. You might have seen the little short, playing against my mates Toon Kings, and thoroughly defeated them, which was quite fun. I was actually playing against Mr. Alexander Cron of Aethercast, good mate of mine. He was a Toon Kings player back in the day in Warhammer Fantasy. John, Merry Christmas, mate. Happy holidays, whatever it is anyone celebrates. I hope you both have very good days. I've had a very nice day spending it with my wife and kids. Ronya, hello. Merry Christmas to you. Speaking of Warhammer Day, who else saw... I should have my video up for the release, but who else saw that, the release this morning, and is excited as me? Because, boy, oh boy, I've already told my local game store to get me one of that box set. It's only 7:13. I mean, over here in Land of the Future, it is, like 10:45 at night. I unfortunately have to go into work tomorrow, so washing my work clothes. As a chef, they take a little bit to wash because you have to soak them as well. So. Yeah, well, that was the same lot of rumors I put up not too long ago. Yeah, I would battle the elements, order versus order, fire versus water. We're pretty sure we've seen, well, in the rumor engines, we've definitely seen a Fire Slayer weapon, and we have seen like an INF Deepkin weapon in those rumor engines. So I think it's pretty safe to assume what we know that box will be. Which leads you to think, well, maybe we need to go and have a chat about those rumors again if that does indeed come true. Because that's a pretty out there sort of prediction to have Fire Slayers in IDK. You wouldn't pick, like, if you were, you know what I mean? It's not something someone would go make up a order this order box set. I hope it will too, Jada. I have a feeling it might not be. To be fair, both those armies are the two armies I think that need the most new models in Age of Sigmar. Other 40k Eldar, do you mean Eldar models? Is that what you mean? Is there a paint? Oh, there's cord. Yeah, current Eldar minis are fine. Flesh Eaters do. At least Flesh Eaters have more play styles than either of those two armies, though. I completely agree with you, Ronya, that they need new models, but Flesh Eaters at least can play all monster, all horde, can play Crypt Flare can play Crypt. Pretty much only the foot big guys are the ones without a true playstyle in the army. That's more playstyles than both Fire Slayers and IDK have, despite having a model range very similar. Fire Slayers don't really have many other playstyles. While Feck may lack, Feck have what you can have both the unmounted monsters. You've got troops, and then 2 elite units. So that's 5 different troop choices. That is more than Fire Slayers, and that's saying something. That Feck have more than Fire Slayers. Fire Slayers have 1, 2, 3 units available to them. I would assume that Eldar box Ronya, we're going to the Ranger bikes will have a new data slate. But the other ones already exist. The bike unit in that is new. So you would get rules inside the box set. I'm hoping if we get Eldar, we get a new avatar. That is my big one, is a new avatar model. I do hope people don't expect me. But Eldar, I don't think you're going to get a full model refresh. I think you're going to get a substantial part, but people underestimate how much there is to update in that range. So I think you're likely to see maybe half the aspect warriors get updated and the other half left for a later date. That Autarch's really cool. He's got loads. He or she, by the sounds of it, I think it's going to be able to be built male or female. It said it had 2 chest options. It showed obviously a female chest option. Fire Slayers are by far the worst. IDK are the worst because half their army isn't usable in the way the army plays. Reavers are better now, but Thralls are still bad. At least you got your monsters, I guess, at least with them. But yeah, IDK are probably around the Feck area. I put IDK and Feck next to each other. The reason IDK, I think, looks so terrible is because it's a new range. Unlike Feck, people just sort of go, yeah, Feck. It's an older range, so people aren't as, up with it. Also, on the note of Feck, you did technically get 1 new model the other day with the FAQ, Ronya. You got a new model for your army. Now take Nagash, finally. So that's cool. Yeah, give fire. Yeah, so the update to Nagash. Yeah, Jay Dursey Nighthawk can as well. The update to Nagash pretty much made him like a War Master. So which means he's like Kragnos and Archaon can be taken by any army in the Allegiance. Yeah, it's really cool. Finally, something that should have happened a long time ago, but I'm glad it has happened. Yeah, and obviously, Order doesn't have one that. Well, actually, Order does. Order has Gotrek. I guess you put Gotrek in that. But Order also has more big models. Yeah, we had a good lot of food today. We made a roast lamb for lunch. So roast lamb with like some nice roast veggies, like some roast beets, roast taters, carrot, pumpkin, and then did some grilled corn with like butter grilled corn. It's delicious, and then like good old mint jelly with the lamb. Ronnie, talk to you later. Have a good rest of the holidays for you, mate. So these are pretty much what I've got to do. I've got to do these, and I'm just going to finish a couple of details on the characters, and then I'm just going to go through and do like vines and gems across the army and basing, and then we are done. So as soon as I get home from work tomorrow, I don't know what band named characters. I think, John, I think the changes to them was really cool. The big changes to them was definitely a bonus. I would say there's only one outstanding character now left in the game. That one big bad character that's left in the game, and that is an issue. Because the big changes to War Master was that they can't use allegiance abilities in there anymore. So this made some massive changes, especially to, I guess, the problem one, the big problem character, which is Archaon. So Archaon can now no longer use Fate Dice. He can now no longer use Blood Dice. He can't use any allegiance ability effects. So this means there's no more, like auto putting someone in the sword, auto charging with Zinch. There's no more, out of sequence charging and all of that sort of stuff in Blades of Corn. So he only had, and so a big thing they did and change with all the Chaos Gods as well is that they changed all the keywords to work like Slaanesh and Nurgle do now, which is where you no longer have Slaanesh keyword, you have the Hedonites of Slaanesh keyword. So you have the Disciples of Zinch keyword in the book, so which means coalition units don't get any of the benefits either. Small price to pay on coalition units, but I'm a big fan of it. Maybe I won't be a fan of it when it hits cities, probably, but I think it is definitely a really cool ability, a really good change for the game. Got something stuck in my teeth. I know it's there now, and that's annoying. Got it. Nick, hello, mate. Merry Christmas to you. Hope you had a good day, mate. I think I like it. While it's going to hurt cities in the long run, I think it is good for the benefit of the game because it does. The problem with coalition is it leads to a lot of abusive abilities that aren't planned on. Um, so big choices, Nick. What you got to do in the next couple of days, buddy? Hopefully in the next couple of days, I'm going to go pick up a Song of Ice and Fire starter set. Got a Baratheon one at my local game store that I'm going to go pick up. I'd honestly wait on Elder Scrolls, Nick. Just totally get into Age of Sigmar, man. Wait on Elder Scrolls. Wait for those Dawn Guard and Vampire minis. Yeah, John. Yeah, I get it, John. Like, believe me, I am a Cities player. John, no. I'm a big fan of Vince and a lot of stuff he does. In fact, me and Vince have pretty general ideas in agreeing. I'm in the agreements with Vince, like completely. I'm like, yes, it sucks, but I can still run those armies if I want. There's nothing stopping me, and that's what Coalition does. It allows me to run armies to play. And look, in friendly games and maybe like narrative games, I probably would allow Coalition units to benefit from Allegiance abilities if the narrative suits. But I get the idea for taking it away from competitive play for the point of yeah, I get the reason for wanting it to go away from competitive play on the abusive stuff that it can lead to because of the balance issues that arise from writing a book like that and then having to worry about. Now, the fix issue would be to have each unit listed in each separate army book. So instead of having this coalition, I think the ultimate fix that they won't do, but this is how it needs to happen to fix that problem properly, so we don't have coalition units abusing abilities, is to write or not have coalition units be a thing, and each book have all its own unit entries. So all the Stormcast units are printed inside Cities of Sigmar. That's the issue, and like obviously that's impossible, especially for cities, because that book becomes way out of hand if you put everything into it. My advice with the sort of money you're talking about, Nick, go for a Star Collecting box, man. I mean, this channel has a whole bunch of videos that tell you what to do. Yeah, I think the coalition problem is different. And I think that GW are looking for an answer for all when there maybe is an answer for many. Yeah. Oh, that was so annoying. It's there from Sepia. I am really, though, Nick, looking forward to the Dawn Guard and Vampires. We will have to catch up sometime soon, though, man, and get some more Elder Scrolls games in. I'll shoot you a message on when I'm free next week, and we can organize. I'm not sure what that person is trying to post, but just be aware you can't post links in the chat. So if you're trying to spam a link, it ain't going to work. Yeah, right. Serena model looks amazing. I would like to see more. I mean, my obvious answer with what I'm painting. Cool. Thank you very much. None of my mods are on at the moment, so I'll go do that. Give me a sec. We'll just and done. Here we go. This will fix that. There you go, Nick. You're now a moderator. You're always on the live stream, so there you go, man. That'll help. One of my Discord mods anyway, so there you go. Yeah, Warcry is really good, but it's not more time. Like, I love Warcry, but it is not more time. I would love to see Epic, though. That is certainly a great shout for a game to come back. I think for me, another one, like, I'd like to see, like, obviously for me, the answer is I want Old World to come out finally. But we know that is coming. I wouldn't mind seeing more time, but like, I like to see like a tabletop game like Dreadfleet. So either Age of Sigmar or Warhammer Fantasy on the high seas. I think GW's big thing with not wanting to do Epic is they're trying to push actual minis at that size of game. I think we've got our closest one going to get to Epic is Adeptus Titanicus, which I'm really interested in. I've been really tempted to go grab Adeptus Titanicus. I get the feeling that GW doesn't want to deal in small mini games anymore because of how good it is at making minis like they do now. If that makes sense. No worries, Jay Dethu. Have a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. I love it when they come onto Discord, to YouTube, and try and spam links though to places. It's like you can't post links in the YouTube chat. YouTube actually does that really well. No one else can post links except me or my moderators. I really like it. I don't like YouTube as well. Like you can set up Instaban words on YouTube, which is nice. So using certain words on, if you use them in chat or use them or put them in a comment, we'll just see Instaban from the page, which I really like. Ow. Good job, Nick. But yeah, no, it's Christmas was pretty good here. Can't complain at all. I had a good day. I got some new brushes from the wife. I'll do a review on them once I've got a chance to use them. People have been asking me like what hobby tools and stuff I use, and because I am a terrible brush keeper. I destroy my brushes. So I think maybe my opinions on brushes, if brushes last for me, they should last for anyone. So I picked up, wife got me some Broken Toad brushes. They feel really nice. I haven't had a chance to use them yet. I'll use them on my next army project to sort of, use them on a whole project. I like when I get new brushes, I like using the new brushes on like a whole project. So it'll be like monsters and dry brushing and all the different things you can do with brushes. And it's a really good way for me, I think, to try out a set of brushes. Oh, yeah, the same paint, right? Trusty old Warhammer boxes. I totally need to get a better way of storing them. I have a nice like tower of drawers all labeled with colors that I use outside, but when I come inside, It's better. So I got a cool Conquest mini from the wife. Got another Nords hero, the Nords captain. He's a pretty sweet mini for Christmas. Also got I got a new pair of Vans because if I'm not going to feel old, if I'm not going to feel young, I'm going to look young with my trendy high top Vans. I've got some Van socks as well. And then she got me my favorite, Ferrero Rocher. I love these dark chocolate ones as well. And I got some nice cologne from the wife. And I got some, just a couple other things as well. It was nice. Yeah, I'll have to let you know, like dark chocolate ones, it should be interesting. So what do I need? I need Middleton Green, which I already have out. Yeah, this army's come together pretty nicely for a quick project. I've managed to paint 20 Glade Guard, 24 Eternal Guard, 10 War Dancers, 10 Way Watchers, 3 Treekin, 4 Wood Elf characters, and 3 Warhawk Riders, and I've probably done it all in, I would say, max like maybe 30 hours worth of work to get it all done, which has been cool. It's been nice, like painting. I'm totally going to go for like all old grass bases on these. So what I want to do is do like old school like grass bases on them. And then we're going to do like a bright green trim on the bases as well. Make them look old school. Got a couple of other fantasy armies. So I've got Dark Elves, Empire, Dwarves, all to work on next as well. But after this, fantasy will take a little break as I need to get the conquest stuff done. Because Parabellum are so nice, they support the channel. And then I'll be getting some Elder Scrolls done. They'll definitely take precedence. Along with 40k, just because the companies that do Elder Scrolls and Conquest are really helpful towards the channel. Especially like Conquest, when they sent me out a bunch of stuff, I've got to get it painted. Companies send me out stuff, it just has to take, it's got to take priority. And the reason this army's taking priority is because I'm going to an event. So I'm hoping once I've done this, I can smash out at least a Conquest army. And then I've got my local game store is doing a Warhammer Age of Sigmar event. So if I'm going well with a Conquest army and I think I can get an Age of Sigmar army done in that time, I'll take an Age of Sigmar army. I'll paint a new one. If not, probably just take one I've already painted up. I love Warhawk Riders. These were always my favourite Wood Elf minis. That's fair, John. Yeah, it's like that. So normally, like Ferrero shares only come out in like boxes this size around Christmas here in Australia. They're like a very staple sort of Christmas item. That, you know, like every guy from his grandma gets like a Lynx bath set. You really had an Australian Christmas if you haven't got that Lynx like body spray and bath set and body spray and body wash set. All right. So now we're going to go into actual paints. So if you're going to go for Stormcast for a start collecting one, it's a pretty solid box set. It does have some issues. That those Retributors aren't a full squad. However, if you got that, I likely have a couple of spare Retributors you could probably have to fill it out and make that a full squad of Retributors. So I will check that when I can. You need 5 Retributors for a unit, and it only comes with 3. But other than that, the only other issues is that you don't get grand weapons in the Liberators. It's like so that box is cheaper because it was originally one half of the starter set. You may be able to find someone who wants the Cruel Boys half of the starter set, which is probably a way to go. But the Thunderstrike box set is pretty sweet. If that's those minis are talking to you, you can definitely get some cool stuff out of it. But yeah, it's not a bad box. Like you would be using all the minis in that are pretty cool. You got a cool named character called Vander's Hammerhand in it. You got 2 squads of 5 Liberators. I probably have some spare Stormcast laying about that you might be able to use to make that the best box it can be. So I'll have a check and I'll let you know what I have laying about for that. If that is something that struck your eye, I'll probably give you a hand. Yeah, Stormcast you probably can't go wrong with. I think the only ones I don't particularly like is the Idoneth Deepkin one. I would stay away from. It's very few points. Same with the Beast of Chaos ones. They're both very, very light on points. And the IDK one, it gives you nowhere near an army. Rising 8, Merry Christmas, mate. Yeah, I got some cool stuff from the wife and the Red Gobbo. So yeah, we're just applying some Rhinoxide to the tips of the wings. I hope you're doing well, Rising Ape. If you want Nick to try out some Age of Sigmar stuff, next time I get you come around, man, I'm more than happy to give you a couple of games of Age of Sigmar. First of all, to see if you like the game, because that is always important. But also, you can try out like Stormcast and stuff like that if you want. Nice, man. Some Nurgle to come next year. But yeah, I'm more than happy to, because some of those boxes work really well for Warcry as well. That's the cool thing about a Star Collecting box, is it'll give you a Warcry force as well. So that's a good thing about a Star Collecting box, is that you can build up an Age of Sigmar army over time, but you can also just have a Warcry force ready to go. So Kings of War is one. That being said, like, I guess running the channel has changed my mind on a lot of games, in that I'm really looking to explore into other games. So I honestly won't say nope to a game until I've played it. That is my sort of position now, because there are many like having expanded my horizons and started playing more than just Age of Sigmar. I'm finding I enjoy quite a lot. I do have a Legion coming, actually. I'm quite excited to give Legion a shot. But I totally get the idea of not being interested in a game where it's mandatory characters. I would like to see like generic characters in Legion. I think the universe is big enough. It's not something like built around just named characters. Like, I understand why like Marvel Crisis Protocol uses only ever named characters, because, well, that's what the universe is built around. But we know there are other leaders and other stuff. New faction to Age of Sigmar. I mean, we all know what my answer is going to be. Kunothi. My answer will 100% be Kunothi. They currently released a couple of Blades miniatures, Revan. Our Merry Dominion is not yet available. There are no Thalmor currently available, though I would expect them to release them at some point. At the moment, factions, so we've got obviously, so they've gone through 3 years of production so far with Elder Scrolls and Call to Arms. The first season was Civil War based, so we've got Stormcloaks, Imperials, Adventurers in that, along with Draugr as well. And then in season 2, we got a new faction in the Dark Brotherhood. And then we've also now just seen that we've got models available for Blades and the Thieves Guild. You be quiet, Nick. No, there's been no official. Okay. Man, bots are out. That another bot. Buddy, they don't work. Links don't work on YouTube chat. Links don't work on YouTube chat bots. Like, no one can click your link. Forsaken could totally mean nice. And yeah, so the cool thing about that too is we'll see random minis generally in each season. Like in the first season, we got the Adventurer followers, and then the second season we obviously got like all these random like Adventurer followers, the Nightingale, the Thieves Guild, and all that sort of stuff, and the Blade mini and all that sort of stuff. But also saw some other, like we've seen the Flame Atronachs and the Frostbite Spiders in the second one. Yeah, they did. They put that in the article. The Bandit faction part I know about, which is really cool because, like, bandits, you've obviously always had in the game. We've had bandit rules for a while now. I just need to stop working on these warhawks for a bit and let these washes dry. To keep rubbing a little bit off. Swap back over and we'll finish some other minis while we wait for these to dry. Elder Scrolls game is brilliant though. Like, I really, really enjoy the actual game. Really cool. Like, as the game gets bigger and bigger, we won't. My last playthrough of Skyrim, that was in the end chest of the first mine you go in, like. The mine, like when you're going towards Riverwood, that mine that you can do on your way up to Riverwood, that's where I found it first. Found it straight away in the game. I still remember my first time I ever found it. The first time I ever found it in, that's one Embershard mine. The first time I ever found it in my first playthrough of Skyrim, I can still remember because it's like one of those things you don't forget in Skyrim. The first one I found it in the dragon, when you had to go kill the dragons for the Jarls. It was in the one behind Riften, up in the mountain, as you go up the mountain behind Riften, and have to kill that one for the Jarl. Right. Need to be a little bit chill. Yeah. I look forward to when they try and put the Wabberjack in the game. Just give us this whole page of rules that the Wabberjack can do. Roll a D100 and see what the Wabberjack does. Voltime Tower, that's the one that's like the bridge. It's got like the bridge, isn't it? Where you'd cross that and you'd go up, and there'd be the Dragon Priest. If you continued crossing or going across it, you go up on that mountain, there's a Dragon Priest and a dragon in the middle there. Yep. Yeah, and you cross, and then you go up, and there's a dragon and Dragon Priest atop the mountains there. And if you go the opposite side on that bridge, you find like the little blade shrine. Well, with that, we just finish putting down our black base coat on these. Oh no, I'm going to assume you're almost certainly not the only one that did that. You know what? My first few playthroughs of Skyrim were amazing because that game, it came out before the internet gave you all the secrets. It was like the last big game I remember where the internet didn't have the answers for you. When it came out, at least. Nowadays, Revan, we won't be doing any of the unavailable ones. Yeah, so none of the unavailable ones will be getting done. Just because for me, I don't like to put people up thinking they can get the box. Still, it's really hard to find them, so I don't want to put them up. No worries, Wolfric Nick. Thank you very much for dropping by. I will probably be heading off soon myself. Yeah, I had many of the old ones up. So the Skeleton Horde, when I did those set, Skeleton Horde was still a relevant box set. But yeah, many of them weren't. No, Skeleton Horde one went up before Sublight. Yeah, there are old ones up. They are not the current ones we're doing, so they haven't been updated when I did the 3rd edition ones because they're no longer available in 3rd edition. So that's a big reason why I've got them, but there's no newer ones of them. Put second wash of butane and green on these Warhawks. We will leave them alone for a little while. Alrighty, so that's that. We're going to leave for the night because it is about to hit midnight here in Australia. But I want to thank everyone for coming, hobbying, and hanging out and chatting with us tonight. Don't forget to stay safe, everyone. Stay well and enjoy your Christmas. Honestly, John, before I leave, answer none. I don't like armies disappearing for anyone. There's always someone that loves that army. Chris, sorry to see you, but we are heading off for the night. I'll be back tomorrow night, hopefully finishing off whatever I need to for the event. But everyone, stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Hobby Hangouts will be a lot more frequent coming up next week. All right. Ciao for all.